if your due date is right on point, it's perfect, it's based on your ovulation, it's like right on schedule, even then, only 5% of women will give birth on their due dates. It's an approximation. And it was always meant to be an approximation where we would have some sort of idea of when the baby would come and when to start thinking, maybe I need to move things along. But it was never set as an eviction date. It's not like you cross 40 weeks and so now baby needs to come out. And what's become even worse now is we start talking about inductions to women when they're 39 weeks. They're not even at their due date, and we're scheduling inductions for them. We're basically evicting them at the bare minimum a week before their due date. The other thing is, this is assuming that your pregnancy is 40 weeks. Well, pregnancies have varying lengths. If you look at, any animal or any mammal for that matter, they will always say that a pregnancy is between X and X number of months or X and X number of weeks for certain animals. So within humans, where we have such a high variety of diversity of people from different cultural and ethnic backgrounds and racial differences, well, our due dates, our pregnancy length can vary considerably. So for example, we know that African American women tend to have slightly longer pregnancies. Asian women tend to have shorter pregnancies. And so if an African American woman, her pregnancy is supposed to be 42 weeks and not 40 weeks, and we set the due date at 40 weeks, then we're probably going to induce her a good 2 weeks before it's even her due date, which would mean an entire month before what we consider the limit of a pregnancy, which is 2 weeks after the supposed due date, which in itself is not really based on all that much science. It's just that we have noticed that if a baby goes overdue, at a certain point in time, the placenta may start calcifying, may start working less well. And so the risk of a baby being stillborn is slightly higher. However, we're not in the dark ages. We have exams and tests that we do. So when a woman passes her due date, we can schedule non-stress tests so that we can verify that the baby's doing well, that the placenta is doing what it's supposed to do. We don't have to evict a baby before perhaps he's actually due to be born. We can just monitor and make sure that everything is all right and let the baby finish cooking.